People are always talking about long distance relationships, which is not bad, but we need content on long distance friendships, and that's what this video is about. I'll be sharing 4 tips that have been working for me, and the first one is to book meetings. You guys, don't joke. You know the way you will go to work and they'll say, oh, let's have a meeting on Friday, and you send invites. That's how to do it now, like legit. Well, not with all my friends, but I have certain friends that it is in our calendar, right? I have a friend that I pray with on Fridays. It's in our calendar. I have a friend that, or friends that we catch up on Saturdays. So everybody just takes turns to talk about what's going on in their life, and updates that we have missed during the week. We also have that in our calendar. I found that because everybody now lives in like different continents, so much is happening in those people's lives that if you don't actually book it, maybe you set alarm or something, you are very, very likely to forget. So the way you will schedule meetings at work, also schedule meetings with your friends. And meetings here does not mean that it is formal, people are coming and you are serious. No, it's still like your vibe, but it's just that you are reminded. So if your long distance friends are very important to you, book meetings. Like I always say, there are some friendships that I've come too far that I don't want to lose them. If they like, they should move to Kafancha, as they say it, right? I don't want to lose those friendships. Even if we fight, the way they say, we'll not die here, we'll live here. These particular friendships, there are some that I have and I'm like, I'm not willing to let it go. Another thing is, once you start noticing that the time or day that you guys have set is no longer working, you are allowed to always tweak. For example, the Saturday evenings that me and a particular group of my friends have scheduled, we've noticed that in the past few weeks we've not been consistent. So one of us already brought it up that you guys, do you want us to shift this? Do you want us to change this? And also, once a day or time is not working, feel free to tweak it, but don't totally take it out of your calendar. The next thing you would have to learn with long distance friendships is vulnerability. You would have to be humble with long distance friendships, and this is what I mean. Again, like, so much is happening in their life, so much is happening in your own life, that if all you people are doing is maybe somebody texts you now and they say how are you, and all you are sending them is fine, at some point they'll start feeling like, I beg, since everybody's fine, let everybody day their day, right? But if you are vulnerable, and I mean these are friendships that you've already built before jackpotting, right? So it's not as if you're just randomly opening up to people that you don't trust. These are people you already trust. So when they come and they ask you, how far, how are you, be open, right? And being vulnerable with them also gives them permission to be vulnerable with you. Like, for real, I was still looking at one of my chats with my friends. I was looking at our chat, I think yesterday or so, and my last message to them, I couldn't believe what I sent to them. I'm like, are you okay? Why are you sending me? Why are you sending something like this to them? But it's just because we are so comfortable with each other, we're so vulnerable, and like I can be myself around them and know that they are not judging me in any way. So be vulnerable in your long distance friendships. Obviously, this does not mean don't be vulnerable in your like short distance friendships, but you have to be even more intentional when like you guys don't get to see physically anymore. Like, tell them, gist them about things that are going on at work, in life in general, at church. For example, like if I have a crush on somebody in my if I have a crush on somebody in my new church, right, I tell my friends, I'm like, there's this guy, we talk about it, we banter and we laugh, right? I went to, so in the UK, most jobs you have to be on probation for like 3 months, right? While on probation, I told them that, you guys pray for me, my 3 months probation is getting closer and I would like to be confirmed. All of that, like things that you would tell them if you guys were seeing physically, tell them as well. Don't keep things to yourself. A lot of the times when people jackpot and they start saying mental health issues, they are not connecting with anybody, they are just on their own, is because they are not building new friendships and they are also not cultivating their old friendships. So don't be that person. If you have jackpot, you have to be very intentional about keeping your old friendships while you are building new ones. The third thing, which is very connected to what I just said, is giving updates. So if you have told them in the past that I like this person in my church, or you've told them that my probation is coming coming up, right? Give them updates. I do that, and my friends do that with me as well, right? If we have said, oh, I applied for this job, or I'm going for this interview, like, be proactive, right? Be telling them the update on those things that you have shared. It's still very connected with vulnerability, right? Remember that these are people that you have trusted already, so don't be scared or ashamed or whatever to share updates about things that are going on in your life. Again, also share like culture shocks, like conversations that would be interesting and you guys would get to laugh and all of that. Those are things you should be sharing with your friends via WhatsApp calls, WhatsApp groups, messages, iMessage, anything really that is comfortable with you. I also have a group with friends where on Instagram we just send memes. We just send memes to one another, and sometimes when maybe after work I just want to laugh, I just go to those groups and I laugh, right? And I also send memes to them. So just keep, the way they'll say your in relationships, keep your relationship spicy, keep your long distance friendship spicy as well. Like, make the vibe super friendly, funny, and just continue to give updates. Don't let people be pursuing you as if they are begging you to talk about yourself or talk about what's going on in your life. That way people will start to withdraw, and that's something you don't want, especially because they can't see you physically. And many times when people can't see you physically, they can't, I don't know how to explain it. You know how when you're seeing somebody, you can see their facial expressions, their everything, you can see it. But when I can't see you physically, sometimes I'll be making up things in my head. Oh, she's not replying because of this, or she's not giving updates because of this. So be proactive about giving updates. If you've given us gist in the past, don't let us be running after you for the updates of the gist. You come back and you tell us how things are going. So that's something I am doing, that's something my friends are doing that I also really appreciate. And the last thing to do is to start cultivating new friendships where you are. So I'm not saying that you should become besties or closest friends with new people that you are just connecting with and all of that, but also be, I'm using this word proactive too much, but be proactive about actually having physical friends in your new environment. Because again, this helps with like this mental health issues, all of that. People saying, I don't go out, nobody cares about me, I'm just alone in this new country, the country is cold, down one. Cultivate new friendships. Go to church. When you go to church, become active. I was telling someone that I feel like if I don't go to church for too long, I can fall sick, and I'm not even joking, right? So go to church. People don't get, or people don't understand that church is one of the places that you can quickly build like godly friendships. So go to church, and when you start connecting with people, like invite them to your house again, like little by little. When you have seen that this person has sense, right? You start to take like bolder steps with like cultivating that new friendships. For example, on the last day of June, someone I had connected with via a mutual friend, we went out together because both of us are like in this Manchester, like we're just like, let's go and hang out, and it was so much fun. It was a really great conversation. It sort of like helped to even grow my friendship with this lady. So these are things that you want to continue to do. Like, yes, your friends in Nigeria, whatever country you're coming from, are amazing people, and you're keeping in touch, you're being vulnerable, you're giving updates. But it's also important that you have people here that if anything happens and you need physical presence, at least you have one person, right, to call. Not that you can't even call one person in your like physical surroundings. So that's very important. Ensure that as you are building your long distance friendships, you start to build short distance friendships, in quotes. Like, do the things that you would want somebody else to do to you, like check up on people, join a unit in church. Honestly, that's one of the easiest ways to start to connect with people. Join units in church and just get to know people. Join communities in that your new city, and you see how it helps. I'm sure like people that see me will probably just think, this Mobolaji fast you left Nigeria and it feels like you already have people here. It's not that these people are like my best friends, but I am willing to build relationships, friendships with these people, because at the end of it, I know the importance of physical community. Everything cannot always be virtual. That's the truth. So start to build friendships in your new city. I hope this helped. These are things that are working for me, and I'm so sure that if you practice them, they will also help you to not feel friendless or people-less, or like you don't have people in your life, right? If you've watched up to this point, please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video with a friend, whether a long distance or a short distance friend, or somebody you even want to shoot shots with, good one. Before I forget, I went on a trip last week with 3 ladies that I met off Instagram, right? And all of us, live in the UK. And how all of us connected is, I put it on my stories that, I want to go on vacation. If, and I don't want to go alone. If you want to, go with me, let me know, send a DM. And they sent DMs, right? It was only one of them that I had met before that trip. We literally met on the trip, and it was fun. It was amazing. I resumed work feeling very rested and all that. So don't be afraid to shoot friendship shots, right? I have some people that have shot friendship shots at me, and we are slowly building our friendships. It's not something I'm used to, but it's something I'm also willing to do with people like in the UK or people in my surroundings. So yeah, I thought to chip that in. If you have still not subscribed after all this gist, after everything that I've done for you in this video, that's unfair. Anyway, thank you. See you in my next video. Bye.